So you got change of direction, you got agility, reaction, you got a lot of different things going on. What's the difference and how do you train for it? Boom! All right, so we're training athletes. At the end of the day, athletes don't move in a linear plane. They don't move in a lateral plane. They move in a multi-directional plane. So when coaching athletes, when training youth athletes or kids, what is it we train them for, and what's the difference between all those terms?
So I think definition-wise, change of direction, in its simplest terms, predetermined, pre-planned movements. So let's just make it really simple, 5-10-5. You know exactly where you're going, what to do, and that's it.
5-10-5 would be?
Sprint 5 yards, sprint back 10, sprint back 5.
Okay.
That is, in the essence, the simplest change of direction, Joe. Everything is predetermined. You know exactly what the heck is going on at all times. Now, agility is you're reacting to an actual stimulus. So think of more game speed, game-like movements. In all reality, think of tag. You have to make a rapid reaction to a stimulus or a person, defender, whatever it is, in order to make a move or make your decision and change direction.
Tag.
They are drastically different.
Yeah.
But everyone thinks they're the same, and they're not.
They're not the same, no.
And it drives me crazy because, don't get me wrong, we do both. Change of direction for us, it's a learning tool. Predetermined movements, you can teach kids shin angles. I'll steal the word from, I don't know who originated, but I know someone who uses it all the time. Shingles, shin angles. You teach kids how to actually get in the proper position. You can do it as simple as literally sprinting to a line 5 yards away, learning how to decelerate and stop and have the right angles and come back.
So a lot of things going on there. Shin angles, dorsiflexion, etc. And then you also have deceleration. And deceleration, we didn't mention it yet, is probably the most important thing we teach because that's where the injuries happen. That and valgus. Yeah, it's not the most important. Everything's the most important, but nobody does deceleration like we do deceleration. We're deceleration gods. So, so you got that. So how do we teach the other one?
So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. And like I said, I brought up tag, and I brought it up for a reason. Make a box, 10 by 10, 10 yards by 10 yards. Make a box, play tag. What happens if you make the box bigger? You add more people, and you add different stimuluses in the sense of, let's say, offense is on one side, defense is on the other side, then they have different entrance points. Okay, now you completely changed everything instead of just sitting in the box and saying go. Now you have different entrance points. Essentially, now you have to react even more to a stimulus or a person. So there's different ways. One of the best books I think I've probably ever read was, Fergus Connolly, Game Changer. And it's all about, I won't say all about, but a lot of it is about literally just making small-sided games. Like, put them in big spaces, small spaces, wide, narrow. It's literally, essentially playing tag. I mean, I'm going to say it 100 times, but that is literally the reality. That is the closest, I won't say, probably the closest you can get to actually having that reactionary stimulus. Besides using blaze pods, that is one of the best ways you can do it because you can layer it so many different ways. Another one, think of playing DB. Obviously, you and I can't play DB. That would be terrible.
That'd be horrible.
But
I did drop back in coverage a few times.
But, I mean, one of the best people I've seen do it is Mike Nichols from Acceleration in Naperville, where he's literally like, you have predetermined routes to start. Really simple, just getting kids used to seeing the movement or, the hip deceleration. And then every, couple weeks, he's adding a different layer, different reactionary stimulus. And that's the whole point is you're teaching kids how to make the decision.
So it's as much neuro as it is physical.
Absolutely. You can teach these processes, especially like if you have blaze pods too, which is huge.
Yeah, we have those.
You can utilize those to get kids more, have a better reaction stimulus to, obviously the blaze pods. And you can teach it. Now, is every kid going to be Barry Sanders? No. But can you efficiently teach a kid how to actually react more? Yes, 100%.
We, in boxing, and I had my wrestlers do this, we did something we used to call grab butt, where basically your goal is to touch the other person's shoulder, but they can't let you.
Yeah. It's like...
So it's shoulder taps?
Yep.
So we do that. So one's on offense. So you're both on offense and defense, right? But the goal is, so they go, boom, and then you go back. So for boxing is all reaction. Look at Canelo, his head movements, the feints, like those are all reaction drills. So boxers do different reaction drills. You have the ball in the air, the dodgeball, whatever, you throw it, then you move, you duck under, this, and similar. And you can, the thing is, a lot of reaction, a lot of those drills, neurologically, it's the same. You want your body to be taught that if there's an action, it initiates a reaction. Yeah. So even if you're doing a reaction drill, for example, my wrestlers, they're not allowed to hit people. But at the end of it, if someone comes at you have to be able to step back and then shoot. Yeah. So it's training your body and your brain to be able to see something. And basically when you learn a new movement, it goes into your frontal cortex. And when it becomes routine, it goes to your basal ganglia.
I knew you were going to do it.
Same reason why when you have Alzheimer's patients who they can't remember what you said to them 5 minutes ago, yet they can still drive to the grocery store without hesitation, without direction. And that's because that's such a routine that it goes to your basal ganglia. So the goal in what we do is to make make the ordinary extraordinary. Mm-hmm. Do the ordinary stuff extraordinarily or whatever it is. So, the same reason why my daughter has gotten 5,700 juggles in a row. It took her like an hour, 2 hours.
Well, look at what she did last night.
Yeah, my daughter kicked. We'll have it. I might have it up by the time I edit it. My daughter kicked first 20 seconds of the game. She kind of miffed the first pass. I'm like, one of those games. Like within 20 seconds of kickoff, she kicks a perfect shot.
Oh, it's 40.
40 yards out, upper 90, right corner.
I thought it didn't go in.
Nobody did. That's why nobody clapped. And then I saw them. I don't think her team thought it went in. It was such a perfect shot. But that wasn't luck.
That's routine.
She's been practicing that shot all summer at a park every day, where she knows when they gave her space, which is stupid, being that she had the district championship winning shot from 20 out, and she probably kicked about 12 from 30 last year. They should have watched game film. What people don't realize is that when you see somebody Dirk go to the free throw line and average 92%. When it looks like it's just routine, it's because it is. I was listening to a Kobe Bryant speech, and he was talking about how he dissected it, where he's like, okay, I'm not good right now. And he was really frustrated because he didn't score one goal. He was getting killed by these kids. And his dad said, no matter what you do, I still love you. At that point, he's like, I have no pressure. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be the best ever. I'm gonna at least give it a go. So he went in, and for 6 months, all he did was work on his shooting. So he compartmentalized it where he just focused on something. And so with Cammie, she was able to be like, okay, so I'm going to focus on my long ball for the first 20 minutes of practice every day. And then the next 20 minutes, I'm just going to do this. And then every day she'd be if it was too hot or too cold, she'd be in our home gym, which isn't the biggest space, just working on footwork. Which a lot of soccer is close quartered footwork, even though it's a big ass field, because once you get the ball, Cammie's swarmed by 3 girls because they know that she's going to do something stupid.
She literally tiptoed a line last night.
So once they gave her 5 yards,
I was gone.
She knew nobody else thought she could hit that shot. Not upper 90. There's not one keeper on any level, professional, Olympic, who would stop that shot on a pro level. And that's not because she has some talent. I've never played soccer. It's like her dad is fucking Neymar. Her dad is Marc Lobliner, and Marc Lobliner couldn't kick a soccer ball 20 yards with the side of his foot. I could tow it pretty far. But so what we're getting at, and I know this is off track, it's a good example, is that it's about repetition.
Yes.
And when we try to get a lot of reaction drills. When we do have a field available, we do short-sighted reaction drills. We have the Blaze pods, which if you guys don't have them, they're a phenomenal tool. And we use those quite often now. And that's what you have to do. So there is a difference, but there's a time and place.
Yes. And it's literally just about implementing it the right way. I'm not going to throw a kid under the fire in a reaction drill that he has absolutely no understanding of anything at all and make him fail right away. It's how you layer everything. You can coordinate for, I'll just go 4 or 8 weeks. You can literally layer and add different stimuluses, whether it's the rigidity or the change direction, to get them to coexist. And that's the whole point, is like, as a coach, can you actually do that? You know, I look back at it today and I sit there and, can coaches actually understand the difference between it? Because I don't think a lot of them do.
No, and that's why we're here. You know, we don't want to just have parents and students, and you know, we don't just want them to be here like, oh, well, we're learning. We want other coaches, because the coaching community is small. And there's a lot of people who mean well, who just don't have the education. Yep. And our goal above, you know, providing for ourselves, we want to be rich. You know, obviously, well, I've done well, but not from coaching. And becoming a coach is like becoming a teacher. There's a cap. Unless you get into the book writing thing and, yep, you know, you do what Grover did, who trained Jordan. We're not training Jordan. We're training Jason. You know, we're training Lauren. We're training normal kids. We're training Mac, who might turn out to be professional athletes. But right now, we're just a tool that they're using to get better, to not get injured, and to win. And not necessarily win the game. We're talking about winning life. And that's what we do. With that said, I always say this: if you have a kid, any part of the country, any part of the world, we're in Nashville, we're in Franklin, which is right outside of Nashville. We're 20 minutes from Nashville, 23 minutes from International Airport, 20 minutes from Broadway, which is the coolest place to be. If you want to take a family vacation and you and the missus or whatever, you and your kid, like I always, you know, I tend to, Katie will take the boys, I'll take Cammie. We kind of have that dynamic. You know, if you and your boy or whatever, or your wife, and you want to do a family vacation, not a better place in the world to go. We got Dollywood's up north. I'm sorry, up wherever it is, Gatlinburg. It's where it's high. It's north that way. I don't know if it's north. Where the hell is Gatlinburg? Knoxville.
You're asking someone that's literally lived here 2 months.
I can't read a map, and I only go by Google Maps.
I have no idea.
So anyway, we have the what is that? We have the Opry. Yep. We have the Opry, which is a beautiful place. We have
Nashville SC,
Broadway, Nashville SC, the Titans, the Predators. Best place, best vacation spot. So come out here. We have deals with a bunch of local hotel rooms, including the Homewood Suites right up the street. So you have a kitchen and everything. And it's 5 minutes from the place. Come there, bring your kid every day. We'll train them, we'll coach them, and you can have a good time in Nashville. And if you're in the Franklin area, be sure to stop by. First session is free because we love what we do, and we know you'll love it too. With that being said, Bryce is the guy. He runs things over there. I'm just his assistant. Today I was cleaning up weights like a good boy. And anything you guys need, just let us know. You can hit us on DMs on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Legacy at Carbon with AT, not the at sign.
Legacy at Carbon. And of course, you know where to reach me, Marc Lobliner on Instagram. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on notification bell, and that's not a game. Training intensity is everything. If you want to build muscle, if you want to get better, if you want to go hard, you need to train intense. A lot of pre-workouts, they get you intense. But then what happens? You crash. A lot of pre-workouts, they give you the pump. But then what happens? It wears off. A lot of pre-workouts, they'll give you all that stuff, but it doesn't add to your endurance. I want to be able to lift heavy. I want to be able to feel the pump. I want veins bulging from every single part of my body. I want to lift heavier weights every single time. I want to run farther. I want to run faster. I want to push harder, and I want to get bigger, stronger, and faster. And that's why I created Clash 3D. This pre-workout is next level, featuring 3D pump, Vasodrive AP, and a lot of other epic ingredients. Guys, this is the pre-workout that you need to take your workouts and your performance and your physique to the next level.